As time goes on, living organisms adapt to their environment and build physical attributes to defend themselves from predators. No such creature is more intriguing to me than the Bombardier Beetle. How does this little guy defend himself? Observe. As you can see, the beetle shoots out a steaming hot spray when threatened. This is certainly a very useful trait to have, but what kind of evolutionary process did this beetle go through to create such a volatile defense system? Other insects have their own defensive sprays as well, so maybe it gained traits from those like the Oogpister beetle, or as David Attenborough would say it,
an Oogpister beetle.
The liquid appears to be hot and poisonous, so is the spray harmful to humans? It seems to hurt other animals, so it's probably harmful to human skin. But the real question is, could you safely drink the spray without dying? Well, first of all, here's a link that'll help you find a mental hospital near you, and secondly, considering the chemicals of the spray come from other insects the beetle eats, and that the reaction of other animals getting sprayed appears to be painful, I wouldn't drink it if I were you. Being a genus of the Brochinus family of ground beetles, the Bombardier beetle has a defense mechanism that's unlike any other. When threatened, the beetle can shoot a hot, poisonous spray from its abdomen, and even aim it in the direction of its enemy. And you better hope you're not the beetle's enemy, because that spray is vile. The inner workings of this defense mechanism have been a fascination of entomologists for years. Remember that classic baking soda and vinegar volcano experiment? Well, picture the same thing, just replace baking soda and vinegar with hydroquinone and hydrogen peroxide. Except those two chemicals together won't do anything without a third ingredient, the enzymes of the beetle. Think of the hydroquinone and hydrogen peroxide like sticks of dynamite, and the enzyme as a lit match. When that match makes contact with the dynamite, the beetle may opt to only fire a single shot, but it can also fire up to 500 shots in 1 second. Who needs a gun for self-defense when you are the gun? Scientists have struggled to come up with a definitive answer to the Bombardier's evolutionary process, and there seems to be two main theories out there. The first theory states that the enzyme that triggers the chemical reaction, aka the match, is what evolved. This would make sense, as the chemicals the beetle gets from other insects already give the beetle nutrients, and the enzyme could have gradually evolved over time. It's likely that the enzyme caused little to no reaction a long time ago, but slowly made the explosion more harmful, and it will only continue to become more deadly as time goes on. The second theory states that the beetle always had this ability, and that it defies the idea of evolution entirely. That's quite the bold claim to make, and the idea that the beetle was always this way doesn't have a lot of evidence to support it. As if the chemicals from the spray weren't painful enough, the liquid has been measured at a temperature of around 212 degrees Fahrenheit, or 100 degrees Celsius. Human skin gets first-degree burns at around 118 degrees Fahrenheit, second-degree burns at 131, and third-degree burns at 162. So if you ever come in contact with a Bombardier beetle, you better be wearing a hazmat suit. Unless you really want to see what your bones look like, which would be kind of cool now that I think about it. Now picture this. You're in the middle of the woods. You've run out of water and you're dying of thirst, when suddenly you spot a Bombardier beetle crawling across the ground in front of you. Desperate times call for desperate measures, as they say. So you pick it up, get a nice 212-degree drink, get severe tongue burns, and swallow. Suddenly you remember, oh shit, humans can't ingest hydroquinone and hydrogen peroxide. And just like that, one stupid decision led to your death. So to answer our three questions, the Bombardier beetle most likely had its enzymes evolve over time to create a deadly defense mechanism. Yes, the spray is harmful to humans, and no, unfortunately, you cannot safely drink the spray. If you'd like to hear more about the Bombardier beetle, I highly suggest checking out any of the 4 videos on screen.